It is well known that trash cans are far and few between in Japan. As a tourist, when you have any trash, you just take it to your hotel room and bada bing bada boom, the hotel staff would deal with it. But as a resident, there's a lot more legwork involved. That's because in Japan, trash day is every day. But what does that mean? It means that sorting trash is a never-ending struggle, and you'll always have to be keeping a close eye on a trashy-looking calendar. Get it? Because it's a trash calendar. Here's the trash calendar for Kunitachi, a city in western Tokyo. If you're wondering how a city can be within Tokyo, feel free to watch my ultra-long address video to find out why. To keep things simple, at least in my eyes, there's 3 categories of trash: burnable, non-burnable, and resource, which is translated literally from the word shigen. This resource includes all the types of trash that you would assume would be recyclable, like cans, these kinds of bottles, cardboard, and so on. And now here's the trash separation chart for Kunitachi. You might be saying, well, Japan Reality Sensei, we can clearly see that there's at least 10 categories on the screen. You're right, 10 out of 10 observation. Japanese law states that every city, ward, town, and village must manage their own trash. There's also a law that stipulates that everyone must endeavor to reduce waste. This law makes trash management a free-for-all, but on the plus side, we get some cool-looking trash calendars. For example, Setagaya Ward in Tokyo has a cool calendar. Not as cool as Kunitachi, but it's visually appealing. Minato Ward, also in Tokyo, in arguably the wealthiest area of the country, could use a little bit of work in the visual appeal category. But then again, I'm not too great at graphic design myself, so I can't say this. If we look at these 2 calendars closely, we can see that Setagaya Ward separates their trash into 4 categories: burnable, non-burnable, resource, and PET bottle. PET bottles are plastic bottles like the one in my hand right now. I highly recommend Koicha. On the other hand, Minato Ward also separates their trash into 4 categories, but different: burnable, non-burnable, resource, and recyclable plastics. Like I said, everyone is kind of doing their own thing. But why does Minato and Setagaya divide theirs into 4 while Kunitachi divides into 10 categories? What I'm about to say is my opinion and internet research skills. As one knows, collecting trash costs money. Once trash is collected, sanitation workers must inspect the trash. Setagaya and Minato can haphazardly pick up their trash because they probably have more than enough money to pay sanitation workers for further inspection and sorting. They probably also have access to the most advanced trash burning facilities and recycling facilities. Kunitachi, on the other hand, makes their residents do most of the sorting so that the city can spend less on sanitation workers. Making residents do the legwork on sorting trash can also raise awareness on what kinds of trash that people are producing, thus leading to reduced waste on an individual basis. I'd like to point out that I'm by no means calling Kunitachi poor. Trash disposal schemes also depend on city policy. On the island of Shikoku, in Tokushima Prefecture, is the town of Kamikatsu. They have the most intense trash separation scheme with 45 classifications. They're trying to become a zero-waste town by recycling as much as possible. So far, I've only gone over types of trash on a high level and stated my opinion on the internet. Here's how we actually sort and put out our trash. I'm going to use Setagaya's calendar for simplicity, and because that's where I used to live. In this neighborhood, every week, there's 2 burnable trash pickups and 1 resource pickup. Then, on alternating Saturdays, there are PET bottle and non-burnable trash pickups. No matter the type of trash, it must be put out by 8 a.m. the day of. This time depends on your area. Each type of trash must be put out in a specific way. For burnable trash, Setagaya allows up to 3 45-liter semi-transparent bags. If you put out 4 or more, it'll cost you extra. Your neighborhood or building will have a specific trash pickup location, either right in front of the building or down the street. Here's a couple trash pickup areas around Tokyo I found. In Setagaya, non-burnable trash has the same requirements as burnable trash, up to 3 45-liter semi-transparent bags. For PET bottles, the bottle must be rinsed out, the label and cap removed, and thrown away into burnable trash. Remember, this is Setagaya. The rules may be different in your city. At least in mine, I throw it away into plastic trash. Anyway, where were we? That's right. We need to put the bottle into a semi-transparent bag. All done. Resource includes many types of trash, so I'll do a speed run on the usual types. Newspapers must be bundled up with string or suzuran tape in a cross pattern. I don't have any newspapers in my house. I also don't know what this is called in English. Plastic string? Books are to be bundled up in the same way. Loose papers are to be put into a bag as such. Cardboard is to be bundled up like newspapers and books. Cans are to be rinsed and put in a Setagaya specific blue bin. Glass bottles are to be rinsed and put into a Setagaya specific yellow bin. In my city, glass bottles and cans are to be rinsed and put into their respective semi-transparent bags. When putting out all these types of trash, remember to do it neatly and cleanly. Your sanitation workers will thank you. While making this video, I realized something. Resource includes many types of trash, but Kunitachi, instead of listing everything as resource, kindly lists out all the details. The main difference I noticed between Minato and Setagaya versus Kunitachi is that the scope of burnable and non-burnable trash is larger in the wealthier wards. But even then, they still expect you to sort your trash more precisely than in other countries. The other way Minato and Setagaya make things easier for their residents is that they have less pickup days. For example, all of their resource trash can be put out on the same day, while in Kunitachi, like I said earlier in the video, you have to watch your calendar like a hawk to make sure you don't miss the trash pickup. Lastly, all these different types of trash are not picked up by the same company. For example, if you put out glass bottles and cans on the same day, you might find that your cans are picked up right at 8 a.m., but your glass bottles sit until the late afternoon. I haven't gone over what types of trash exactly go into burnable and non-burnable, because it entirely depends on where you live. So how do you find this information for the city that you live in? Well, first we need to turn to the internet. Almost every city, town, and village has their information listed on their website. Simply type in your city, absolute garbage. Sorry, I mean just garbage, or your city, trash, or your city, waste management. If you want definite results, type in the city name in Japanese and write gomi afterwards. In this sparsely populated part of Fukushima Prefecture, a bit north of Tokyo, I found this place, Hinoemata. I typed in Hinoemata gomi and bada bing bada boom, here's their calendar and trash disposal guide. If you cannot find this information, your city hall will have it. I'm going to add a couple more layers of difficulty to trash pickup in Japan. Let me jump back to Kunitachi. They have one more stipulation when putting out trash: city trash bags. I have some here for your viewing pleasure. Burnable trash requires the use of this yellow trash bag. Non-burnable trash requires the use of this green trash bag. And plastic trash requires the use of this blue trash bag. As we can see in this close-up, we have to tie the bag up in a specific way as well. Ignoring the printing error, we have to first tie up the middle bit and then the outside. There's a chance that your trash will not be picked up if you don't follow these instructions. These bags are offered in multiple sizes and can be purchased in convenience stores and supermarkets around the city. But why do these trash bags exist? Well, remember when I said this? There's also a law that stipulates that everyone must endeavor to reduce waste. By purchasing these trash bags, residents can visualize how much trash they're producing, thus promoting a reduction of waste. I did not spend time researching the efficacy of this program. The other reason for these bags is that it allows sanitation workers to work more efficiently by searching for a color-coded bag. Lastly, as one would expect, these city trash bags cost more than your regular semi-transparent plastic bag. This added cost can be seen as an indirect way to tax residents and pay for waste management. What if you put out trash on the wrong day, or you put burnable trash into non-burnable trash by accident? Well, first, your trash may get ignored. And second, you might get this slip. It's a piece of paper with a list of possible non-compliance culprits. You're then stuck with your trash until the next pickup. What if you have big trash, like a mattress or bed frame? In Japan, you have two options. One is calling the Sodaigomi or Oversized Trash hotline. Your city will have a number to call. In Kunitachi's case, they have a number in the top right corner of their calendar. Ooh, a phone. You have to talk on the phone in Japanese. That's a high hurdle. Luckily for us Anglophones, some large cities and wards have an online portal in English. Once you submit your request, you have to go to your nearest convenience store to buy some oversized trash slips. The amount that you have to buy and the amount that each slip costs depends on the type of trash that you're putting out. On pickup day, you have to put out your oversized trash by a certain time and then attach these slips to your trash. The second option for oversized trash is the trash saw. Let me actually get it right now. You can buy these at your nearest hardware store for, I think, like 1,000 or 2,000 yen. And you can use this to cut up oversized trash so that you can put out that trash in normal trash. Typically, in most cities, or at least in mine, trash that's 50 centimeters or less in length can be put out in regular trash. Before I end this video, shout out to my friend Andrew for taking a picture of his large American trash can that I didn't end up using in this video. Like my other videos, this did not explain everything. Rather, I created it with the intent of giving people a starting point for their foray into Japanese living. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.